Alright guys, so the moment we have been waiting for, and geez, it's pretty big. Georgia's soccer schedule is finally out. It is a amazing schedule. Very unique non-conference schedule, and then a very unique conference schedule, so we'll jump right into it. August 4th, Georgia will play Clemson in an exhibition matchup at Clemson. That is a rematch of the Final Four game last season. Georgia and Clemson met in the Final Four, and then Clemson won and went on to the national championship. August 15th, Georgia will open up the season versus the Pitt Panthers. Of course, Georgia and Pitt played in the Sugar Bowl in football many years ago. They will play in soccer. They will play at 6:30. That game will be a home game for Georgia in Athens. After Pitt, 8:22, Georgia will go to Chapel Hill to play North Carolina. After that game, 8:25, they will come back to Athens to play Kennesaw State. 8:29, they will have a Florida swing. 8:29, they will play Florida State and Tallahassee. Then 9:1, they will play UCF. And then a 4-game home stretch. September 5th, we'll play Illinois. September 12th, we'll play Sanford. And one more game, one more conference game. September 15th, Georgia will play Washington State. So that's very, non-conference is over, I believe, at that point. That is a very interesting non-conference schedule. You play teams you've really never played before, like Illinois, Sanford, Washington State, but you also play your little rivalry game with Clemson, and you also get to play Kennesaw State, Florida State, North Carolina. So there's a lot of ACC teams on this schedule. And then September 19th, Georgia starts conference play versus South Carolina. And then they will go on their longest road stretch of the year, just 2 games, versus Vanderbilt on September 22nd, and then Kentucky September 26th. September 29th, we'll play in Athens versus Alabama. And then the new teams come into conference. October 4th, Georgia will go to Oklahoma to play the Sooners. Georgia will play Mississippi State October 10th in Athens. October 13th, we'll play Florida in Gainesville. And then the final 3 games of the year, October 18th versus Tennessee in Athens. October 24th in Auburn versus Auburn. And then October 27th versus the Texas Longhorns. So Georgia also gets to play the brand new SEC teams, Oklahoma and Texas. They will go to Oklahoma and they'll play Texas at home. The SEC is going to be really good at women's soccer this year. Georgia has a good schedule. This is really good. I believe the non-conference schedule stands out the most here, considering the fact you're going to be playing Washington State, Pittsburgh, teams you usually would not have to play. It's kind of interesting because I bring up last year. Last year they played their first 3 games in the West Coast versus UCLA and USC. They did not even get to play one of those games. They did not get to play the USC game because the weather canceled that game. So Georgia, for the first 2 weeks last season, Georgia was on to Pacific Northwest. In this season, Georgia will not even leave the South at all, so that's good. The furthest they will have to go probably will be Oklahoma, but Auburn, Florida, North Carolina, Florida State, UCF, Vanderbilt, Kentucky, all those other games are on the road, and that's a quick and normal, a usual trip for Georgia Athletics. So there you go. Georgia's baseball season ended last night, and Georgia's soccer has released their schedule. One starts, as one ends, one starts. August 4th could not get here quick enough. That will be a very fun game versus Clemson. They are also playing in football. I hope they play in basketball, if you know what I'm talking about there, the SEC ACC Challenge. But yeah, that's Georgia's 2024 soccer schedule. Once again, I'll go through it one more time. Clemson, Pitt, North Carolina, Kennesaw State, Florida State, UCF, Illinois, Stanford, Washington State, South Carolina, Vanderbilt, Kentucky, Alabama, Oklahoma, Mississippi State, Florida, Tennessee, Auburn, and Texas in that exact order. So, wonderful schedule for Georgia. That is going to be absolutely great to watch. So, I'm looking at it here, man. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Georgia could have 20 wins next year, or this season. So that will be, we could have a 20-win season, I believe. So, yeah, Georgia's soccer schedule is complete. It's almost here. Let's go, Dogs.